What's up, everybody? We're back. Post-game therapy, Miami of Ohio week. If we win convincingly or a good opponent, it's post-game celebration, like last week versus Purdue. But win like this versus Miami of Ohio, 25-point win, we didn't cover, and things started off real shaky. But we got it done, and that's what matters. So right now, are you going to put the
SC just took the lead.
I was talking about the Northern Illinois.
So let's see.
So right now we got Northern Illinois was getting beat by Buffalo. So that's obviously not a good thing. We need them to win out, maybe sneak in. No, they're not going to get into the playoffs, let's be honest. Let's see here. Let's go to comments, see what you guys think. All right, nobody so far. All right. So what do you guys think? 28-3, Riley Leonard really turned it on after half. Let's see some stats here. So Riley was 16 of 25 through the air with 154 yards passing, an average of 6.2 per pass completion. He did have the one touchdown to Bo Collins. I thought he looked really good on that deep ball to Bo Collins that they called a pass interference. Let's see, that was through the air. Let's see, leading receiver for the Irish was Bo Collins with four receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown. Jeremiah Love had 60 yards on the ground with 11 carries and a touchdown. Let's see, Riley carried the ball 12 times for 143 yards. Wow. And he did get sacked once, so it looked pretty good. We need a new QB. That didn't take long. That's from Keith Hale. Well, I don't think we're going to get one unless Riley gets hurt. I think it's still his job. Whether we want to like it or not, I'm kind of on the fence at this point. Louisville is a hell of a lot better than Miami of Ohio, so it's going to be interesting to see. Kenny Moore says, anyone else nervous about next week? Big time. Louisville's a good team. Louisville's a very good team. In fact, I think they're about to beat Georgia Tech, who also is a good team, who we also play. Brian Campbell says he still can't throw the ball, misses easy throws on the run. One good throw doesn't negate all the bad ones for 3+ games. He can't throw timing routes. Sean Hagan said he's a hell of a running back. Going back to Brian's point, the first half, you're right. Most of the first half, he couldn't hit water at the side of a boat. But that pass to Bo Collins that he dropped it in there for the touchdown, I thought was hopefully, as I tweeted, the proverbial monkey off his back, hopefully. I thought he looked a lot better after that. The throw to Bo Collins where they called the pass interference, I thought was a good pass. What did you think of his overall passing after the first quarter and a half of play?
I mean, I still thought he was okay in the first half. He could have had a better first quarter. I think I mentioned it on the podcast. They didn't really want to, show their cards today, and I think they kind of had to in the second half. You kind of saw what the offense would look like if they were going, 100% playbook and 100% open plays that they wanted to run.
Matt Holmesy said, based on Freeman's comments after the game, it seems he is ready to go down with the ship with Leonard as a QB. They have no shot next week versus Louisville if Riley is the QB. What do you think the chances are next week with Riley Leonard at quarterback? I think if we saw what we saw out of him in the second half or toward the end of the first half and most of the second half, I think we'll be okay. But you're 100% right, Matt. If he plays like he did in the first couple series, the first couple possessions, it's going to be a long day in South Bend. But hopefully he got the monkey off his back with that touchdown to Bo, and now he's able to throw us some confidence. I thought the O-line looked pretty good today, so I think that was coming along at the end. So we'll see.
Northern Illinois just tied it up with a field goal.
Northern Illinois just tied it up. All right, that's good.
Game's about to.
Brian Campbell said, Matt Holmesy, I think either Riley gets benched or Freeman is fired. One of those things will happen this season.
No.
0
for 3 there. Probably 0 for 3.
Yeah, if we could lose every game from here on out, and I still think Freeman would earn another year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if we don't win, if we lose 3 games, 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, let's say we lose 2 games, we end up with 3 losses. I think next year his seat will be one of the hottest in the country. That's just my opinion. I don't think he should be, but that's just my opinion. I think he's still our guy, and I still think that his recruiting is going to keep us as one of the elites. Depending, and I know we've lost some guys and who knows what's going on with Deuce Knight and all that kind of stuff, but I still think he's our coach.
24-14 Arkansas against Auburn.
Oh, wow. How much time's left?
2 minutes. Auburn's about to win, though.
Sloppy. Offense is one-dimensional. That's from Michael Thomas. Amber Sullivan said, that was a really rough first half. Glad there was some improvements in the second half. Go Irish. Yeah, that's a great point, Amber. I think the first half, God, those first 3 or 4 possessions were just brutal to watch. Like, timing was off. Riley couldn't hit anything. Couldn't get the running game going. And then here comes Miami of Ohio moving the ball, even though they're the worst rushing team in the country. So, yeah, it was very, very frustrating first half. John David Harmon, I want to believe in Riley because his athletic ability could be a game changer, but he just misses too many easy throws. I almost think he's Brandon Wimbush 2.0. Yeah, quite a few people have actually said that, and you're not. I don't think you're super far off on that, John. But I do think that he is starting to find some rhythm. I don't know if they need to at practice just have him do nothing but throw the ball, because we know he can run and just run. These short routes that he tries to get out and open on the tight end that he keeps missing. But I thought the deep ball looked pretty decent. Brian Campbell says it's sad we're hoping for NIU to win. Dude, tell me about it, man. Just think, if we had won that, we'd be 4-0. Probably top 10 team in the country still, but man, that's what we just got to win out. Bottom line, win by 25 may not be pretty, but second half looked pretty good. That's from Brandon Michael Rhodes. Yeah, I mean, we're saying therapy, but at the end of the day, who's that? Michigan. Michigan's about to win. Yeah, how much time's left?
About to hit 2 minutes.
So no winners in this game, Michigan and SC. I wish there was a way they could both lose, but looks like Michigan's going to pull it off, which if I absolutely had a gun to my head and I had to choose one team, I'd want SC to have a really, really, really long plane ride home and cry themselves to sleep like their former quarterback who plays for the Bears does. Need USC to win for us. I could care less if we need them to win. I want SC to lose every game in every sport. I want them to lose mock trial. I want them to lose tennis, football, everything. Competitive chess, whatever it is. Let's see. Todd Berkey said, I don't know about that. I think Freeman is on the hot seat, and based on how MF has been the last couple of weeks, he knows it. Did you all pay any attention to the crowd the last few possessions before they finally scored? Fans are getting anxious. Todd, fans can get as anxious as they want. They're not the ones making the money decisions. That's Bavacqua. And Freeman's not going anywhere this year for sure. Like I'm telling you right now, he's not going anywhere this year. Next year, again, it could be a much hotter seat. And I think it will be if things don't go well down the stretch. But for right now, he's our coach, and we got to ride with him. And I'm still happy that he's our coach. Robert Risden said Angeli needs to start. I disagree, but everybody has their own opinion. Couldn't care if USC ever wins another game. That's me too, bud. That's from James Kozlowski. Did I say that right, James? Kalazewski? I'm sorry, guys, if I butcher your names. Boubacar could be a game changer for us down the stretch. Yeah, that's from Brandon Michael Rhodes also. Corey Bodie says QB position needs to grow with the team to truly know who is who and who knows him. Transfer QBs are the worst transfer position. We have proved that the 3 years in a row. Not a terrible take. I mean, it's, I thought Jack Cohn was decent. It was Jack Cohn, then Drew Pine, then
Pine was always on the team.
I know. I'm saying it was the starting quarterback was Jack Cohn was the first transfer. Then it was Drew Pine. Then, I don't know, whatever.
What is he talking about?
Patrick Fuchs. Freeman needs to go. Tell us why, Patrick, exactly why and who would take his place. And don't say Saban, he's not coming out of retirement. And don't say Urban Meyer, he's never coming to Notre Dame. But let us know who you think, Pat. Sure. Tristan Perkins, I'll be in South Bend for the game next weekend coming from Louisville. Oh, that's cool. You'll have a great time, Tristan Perkins. Brian Campbell said, what the fudge? Pooch. Sorry about that, man. I feel bad for Love. He deserves better. Price too. That's from Mitchell Tosher. I don't get that one. I think they're both fine. I mean, they're both getting carries, and I think the O-line's doing decent for them, and we won by 25. So 2 QBs recruited by Indeed. They are the diehards. 2 QBs recruited by. So you're talking Angeli and Carr, or are you talking about Minchie? Because we have Minchie, Angeli, and Carr. 2 QBs recruited by. Okay. Joe Hogan, this offense just looks. Here, let's put this on here. Oh, crap. Joe Hogan says this offense just looks lackluster. We need to figure out how to get the ball to our receivers. Our QB can't be the number one rusher either. This defense, though, is tough, and I enjoy watching them. Stop with the Freeman hate. Thank you for the Freeman hate comment.
Yeah, that's a really good comment.
It is.
I think the first half they really did look just pretty
Rough.
uninspired, actually.
Rough.
The
Yeah,
whole team.
totally.
I wouldn't say the whole team, actually. I think offense and special teams did. I think defense, like they did last year and even early on in the season, kind of got screwed over by the offense and special teams issues, but that's a whole another issue.
Brian Sullivan, our buddy Sully, says Drake. I'm assuming you mean Drake Bowen. He's been coming on strong. He had that big sack today. I think Riley Leonard, Jalen Sneed, and KVA need to be our three guys out there no matter what position they play, but all three of them need to be playing because they're awesome. See, Nestor Romero, Leonard threw the ball well in the second half. I think we'll continue to get better. I agree, Nestor. I think getting that monkey off his back on that touchdown to Bo was great. Man, we can't play like this against Louisville. This type of offensive scheme can't continue or this season is done. No one is scared of Riley Leonard passing. That's from Ricky Spanish. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think Louisville's going to load the box and make him beat us or make us beat them. Good coach. Jeff Baum's a very good coach. Jeff Baum, whatever his name is a really good coach. Kind of seems to have Notre Dame's number. I mean, last year on the road and all that, yeah, it was rough. Brian Campbell, who else thinks Riley decides pre-snap he's keeping the ball and doesn't use the reads, even on pass plays? How much do you think he just decides to run? I can't believe the receivers aren't open. From what we've been told, the receivers are getting open, and I think you saw that today with Bo Collins and Chris Mitchell with a couple big catches. You saw Mitchell Evans get in the mix a little bit. Trying to think of they tried to get the ball to KK, tried to get the ball a little bit more to Eli Reardon. So, yeah, I think they're getting open, and I think Riley obviously is going to have to start finding them because everybody's right. I mean, if you try that against Louisville, Georgia Tech, SC, we're going to get smoked. Let's see. Let's see. We'll check out this link later, Patrick. We can't open it right now, unfortunately. I hate both Michigan and USC, but living in Southern Ontario, only 40 miles from Detroit, too many Michigan fans around, so I hate Michigan a bit more. That's from Nelson Wright. Yeah, we hate Michigan too, but we're originally from SoCal, and I've been to that dump down there several times, and it's just a bad environment. I'm just going to be honest. Let's see here. Mitchell says, talk all we want. This was Miami of Ohio. What the F? I love my Irish, but I've written them off this year. I just want to slap USC. Fair enough. But don't write them off yet. Bob Schmidt, need Riley to – here, let's get this on there. It's a good one. Need Riley to play loose. When he was at his best, he had the biggest smile during the games. So far this year, he has been too tense. Play loose and have fun. That's a good comment. I think that's a great comment, actually, from Bob Schmidt. Patrick McCormick, Patty, says, let's go Irish, beat Louisville. That's all it comes down to right now. Jay Fay and also Thomas Welker, kind of the same comment. What do y'all think of rotating quarterbacks as the game progresses? We'll see. I mean, it doesn't seem like that's something that's in the cards right now because, I mean, it was all Riley. Angeli didn't come in until we were up by 3 touchdowns. You get some of these.
Let's see. I don't know what this is. Yeah. I think for quarterbacks wise, if that's what we're talking about, I think our recruitment of quarterbacks has been pretty much elite. As long as we can hold down Deuce Knight, I mean, that'd be awesome. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'm very hopeful for Deuce Knight. I'm hoping it happens because he is an insanely gifted athlete.
See, this is a good one from Bob Jacobs here. Leonard was responsible for 297 yards of offense. If it was all passing, everyone would love him. He has to get better throwing, but still has a total of 7 touchdowns. Keep the faith. Yeah, he's a playmaker with his legs, and again, if he can start to make some of those easy throws and continue to make some good deep throws, I think we're going to be in business. What do they need to – let's see. Matthew Rose says, what do they need to do this week to hold off Louisville and get a huge win next week? I think more of the same you saw today in the second half. Smash mouth defense, and then obviously run the ball effectively, and also Riley being able to take the top off like he did with Bo Collins and Chris Mitchell a couple times. Let's see. Patrick McCormick, Patty Mack says they just need to lean heavily on RPO and QB power, and hopefully Leonard continues to improve as a passer, and an unstoppable run game helps loosen defenses up more. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. This is from Joe Hogan. You think Riley looks bad now? Just start rotating quarterbacks in this offense. We'll lose any momentum during the game. Yeah, that's definitely a thought as well. We've seen how 2 quarterback systems work at Notre Dame. It doesn't. 33 points per game on 9.7 yards on defense. I'm tired of the hate on Leonard. That's from Jeremy Mazingo. 33 points per game versus 9.7 on defense. I'm tired of the hate on Leonard. Again, I'm going to be honest. I was getting really frustrated at the beginning because he just looked completely out of rhythm and completely out of sync. And we won't have that luxury next week against a very good Louisville team, who I think probably just finished off Georgia Tech. Let's see, Joe Hogan. That's definitely the tricky part. It's risky for sure. Clint Shaw, you have to have a passing game. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we're getting there. Let's see. Jesse Monroe says, I need Leonard to carry the second half energy into the Louisville game next week and get on an early hot start. Good point, Jesse. And that's my thing. Like, I'd rather have started slow in this game and finished strong like we did than start fast and finish slow. And then going into Louisville, we're scratching our heads going, who the heck do we have in this quarterback? Whereas I'm starting to see some progressions on the way he's throwing it and some of his decisions. And obviously he can still run. So, yeah. Take the stats. What do you mean by that, Clint? Says, take the stats. 4th and goal for Michigan. Here we go. Did they get it?
SC just took a timeout. But on the bad news, Northern Illinois just missed a field goal in overtime.
God. Somebody said earlier, it's really pathetic we're having to root for Northern Illinois to beat Buffalo, but here we are. It's 2020 in overtime. So if Buffalo gets a field goal, they win it, or a touchdown, obviously. I didn't see this one here. Let's see. Bill Odorizzi said, didn't see Benjamin Moore so much in the second half. Did you hear anything about him?
I think they just ran the ball a lot. So
yeah.
I think he was on the field, though.
What I liked seeing, though, was a lot of Leonard Moore, the freshman, supremely talented corner. Saw him in there a lot. Jaden Mickey, although he had a passing interference toward the end of the game, I still thought he looked pretty decent. And then, of course, Christian Gray with the sweet interception. Our secondary is wicked, man. We have a really good secondary. I'd love to see. I think for me, one of the biggest takeaways that I'd like to see us improve on is our D-line getting more pressure. It seems like that's been lacking all season, which is so weird to me. But I think Riley Mills could be playing hurt. That's just purely speculation. Michigan just scored. Gabe Rubio, I think, actually might be coming back, if not next week, the week after, or after the bye. Yeah. And then we'll get Burnham back next week, probably. And I think that's it on D-line as far as what we're getting back. Let's see. Michigan scored. Yeah, they just did. That sucks. Well, actually it doesn't, because I want to see to lose everything. Notre Dame offense is going to have to tighten up, and Riley is going to have to make his throws if we are going to beat Louisville. That's from Kevin Karkowicz. Yeah, that's a given, man. If Riley can't throw like he did in the second half, it's going to be a long, long, long Saturday. Which I'm telling you, I think. Oh, it's I forget it's Irish Wear Green Week, so that should go well. 3-point game, 37 seconds left in the "You Suck" Michigan game. Burnham coming back will be big. That's from Pat. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. German Mazingo said every team in the country knew Michigan was going to run the ball last year and played good defense. It worked out for them. Leonard is a game manager who's getting more comfortable every week, and the O-line is holding up better and is helping him make better reads like on the passing TV. Good point, Jeremy. I like that. Stacy York, hey kids. Hey Stacy, how are you? James Kilowitzki says still very frustrated with pre-snap penalties. Justin Knox is here. I don't see a comment on there, bro.
Maybe it's restricted.
Good point, brother. That's from Patty.
You got to show that one.
Which one? Justin? Lots to say from Justin Knox. Love you, bud. Justin Knox about to be the fantasy baseball champion again.
It's only the semis.
He's winning it.
But he'll beat me.
Yeah, he's going to win. USC down by 3. F those guys. That's from Mitchell Tosher. Yeah, couldn't agree more. Like I said earlier, I want SC to lose it. Literally everything.
Buffalo just won.
Oh, God. So NIU goes down at home to Buffalo. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, Illinois, who cares? We're on the table and we're in.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. Justin Knox says, settle down. On what? The fact that you're going to win baseball again? Clint Shaw says, appreciate what you all do. It's not easy. We love it, man. It's good times. Except for when we lose, then people just absolutely lose their minds. I'm like, I don't know. Some of the stuff that's said is just mind-boggling to me, but that's just me. We are obviously rose-colored glasses, blah, 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 but we can be honest too. But, like, I'm never going to be tweeting at a player or a coach and, ugh. Can't spell suck without USC from Kevin Karkowicz. Yep, you sure can't. Scum. SC and UM, they both suck. Yep. Donovan Leonard says Leonard can't throw. Are you talking about yourself? Because your last name's Leonard too. Just kidding. Mm-hmm. Well, he showed he could throw today. Here, can you pull up those stats again, please? So let's talk about this, Donovan. You said Leonard can't throw. Threw for 160 yards and a touchdown, no picks. 154, same thing. Threw a touchdown, one ball that probably would have led to a touchdown to Bo Collins in the end zone that was called a PI. That probably would have been a touchdown as well. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one, buddy. One pass TD in 4 games will beat Louisville.
He's a Cowboys fan? Talking about can't throw. Come on.
Let's see. Let's see. Keith Tickle. Freeman is tireless in his work and has my support. Coaches now have the additional responsibility of managing the impact of NIL on team culture. It's not easy and goes beyond X's and O's. What are your thoughts on the NIL's impact on Indy team chemistry? Oh, man, that's a loaded question. I personally hate the NIL overall in the transfer portal. I was just texting with somebody earlier that the college football game has changed so much just in the past 6 years. I mean, when Kelly was first at Notre Dame, you didn't have to worry as much about transfers or NIL or that kind of thing. Now it's like you got a guy like Deuce Knight, who's a generational talent who committed to Notre Dame, could just leave and go to Auburn because they're going to give him $1 million or whatever they're going to give him. I mean, it's insane. Transfer portal wise, I still think it's effective and can be useful. I mean, you got a guy like Bo Collins out of that. Trying to think of some other guys we've had. Chris Mitchell. Who are some other guys? There's Brandon Joseph, who wasn't the greatest, but provided some depth for us at that position.
Benny
Skowronek, Jack Cohn, who I thought was a lot better than people give him credit for. We're not going down that road though, because I know there's so many different thoughts on that. Jack Cohn is basically the polar opposite of Riley Leonard, I guess, if you're getting down.
Yes, can't run, but tried to.
So, anyways, yeah, Keith, I think the chemistry aspect of the NIL is yet to be determined. I think a lot of guys that are doing it the right way. I mean, people seem to forget Riley Leonard, when he got the bag, so to speak, went and bought his team headphones and, took them to get signings at Dick's Sporting Goods and all kinds of stuff like that. So I think it depends on who gets the money. I mean, hopefully a lot of these kids will be smart with it and invest or save or help their team or something along those lines. But yeah, it's yet to be determined in my opinion. Let's see. Rich Dutra says, I always get your name wrong, Rich. I love you, but I always get your name wrong. I unfollowed 2 so-called Irish pages during the game. Tired of all the bashing and hate. Love my Irish, win or lose. I'll take this win all day long. Yeah, imagine being upset over a 28-3 loss. Or, I'm sorry, win. Wait, 28-3 or 28-6?
28-3.
Yeah. Chris Mitchell had a decent game today. Yeah, Patty, he showed up today, which was nice.
We forgot to say that Bryce Young blocked that field goal attempt by whoever we played. Miami of Ohio.
Okay, I got to make fun of you here. Oh, wait. Oh, dang it, I lost it. Hugo Martinez says, put Leonard at running back and Angelic QB. Oh, boy. I really like some of these comments here by Jeremy Mazingo. If you remember, Leonard's mom tells him he sucks, so actually keep it up, fans. Maybe that will give him more motivation to prove you were wrong. TDs are touchdowns. Tebow and Lamar got his back. LOL. Yeah, that's good points. Okay, got you, Rich. I'm going to remember that. And I think you've told me that before, so I apologize. Let's see. Who else? I saw somebody else. David Lynch. Got to give love to Bubakor Traore. He has been great with Botello going down for the season. Yeah, and getting Burnham back once again is going to be amazing. Let's see. And watch the Duke highlights. He threw versus us too. Yeah, he definitely did. Okay, that was from Keith. Let's see. Marshall gave OSU a fight. Yeah, for the first half, and then it went downhill. Brian Hood said, if we can't push the ball downfield, we're in trouble against any top 25 team. Agreed, but I feel like we were able to push it down the field a little bit today, which was a sight for sore eyes for sure.
We didn't really push it down the field against Texas A&M and we won that game. So
if we had a QB that could throw, people would say we need a noble. I think you mean mobile one, Thomas. But yeah, absolutely. It's you can't. Sometimes you can't have the best of both worlds. I think if Riley can continue to throw the ball like he did in the second half, I think we'll be good. 4th down. Oh, for SC. All right.
Is it 4th down?
I don't know.
It's 3rd and 9. We might be behind though.
All right, let's see. 28. Let's see. Brian Campbell, 28-3 over most teams. Yes, good win. 28-3 over Miami of Ohio, not as much. It's a win, and that's it. Fair enough. God help me. Go blue. Whoa, easy, Sabrina. I mean, I would agree. I definitely don't want SC to convert here, but I don't think I'd ever be able to say go blue. I just say FUSC like I always do. Let's go on here. All right. Well, it looks like we're starting to lose some folks, and I know everybody's probably watching the other games, so we're going to go ahead and jump off here and hopefully watch SC get beat because that's always fun. But appreciate you guys jumping on. Don't forget to check out our can't even talk podcast earlier with Michael Stonebreaker and Frank Stams. We talked about their time in Notre Dame and then their new shirt project, which I'm going to drop down here again. Got to check out their gear. It's actually really cool. N88D.com. So check that stuff out. We appreciate you guys. Have a great week. Have a great rest of your weekend. Hopefully your NFL team or your fantasy team does well. Go Irish, beat Louisville, and we'll see you guys next week.